welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due. Law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a Wednesday, the Wednesday after the big Ranger overtime win over the Philadelphia Flyers. Adam Fox, the hero. We'll get into it in a little bit. But what a time to be alive. Opening day tomorrow.
Wow.
How you doing, Tony?
Doing good. Obviously, a little upset in terms of, what the weather's going to be looking like tomorrow.
Watch. I guarantee it ends up clearing up.
Guarantee it?
Not guaranteed.
Oh,
Don't you kind of have a feeling, though? Because I've seen it happen before. Oh, it's going to pour all day. And then it's like it just rains a little bit, clears up. Fine.
Yeah. No, yeah. I have seen it before.
Because I've seen worse forecasts that ended up turning around than the one that is proposed right now.
Yeah.
But I know you're not trying to get your hopes up. I see it on your face, Tony. So let's take it easy, right?
Yeah. I bet, but the Yankee game day is going to be so nice.
75 and sunny.
Mm-hmm.
It
will be a perfect day for baseball.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe tomorrow we'll get a perfect day for baseball. If you had to guess, though, when do you think they call it? Because I feel like they might call it a little earlier, opening day, people getting there, the members of the media, they always talk about stuff like that.
Oh, my God. I freaking hope so, dude. I don't know. I feel like they're always so weird about this.
You're telling me they're going to call it at like 11 o'clock, like when we're like almost there, and they're going to be, oh, yeah, it's canceled.
Yeah, I can see that.
But if it's raining heavy early, forecast supposed to be whole day, I feel like they call it at like 8:30 in the morning. If it's like torrential.
We can hope, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be pretty bad, dude.
Yeah. So we'll see what develops overnight. Either way, Tony, excited for that and excited for baseball to get underway.
Absolutely.
Fantasy, which is kind of crazy. And we also, speaking of fantasy, Mr. Juan Soto himself, Josh B, in the building here.
Oh, yes, of course. Josh B, obviously, early and often here for us. He says with a big...
Let's go!
What a Rangers game last night. What a game for Barnes to be at, he says.
Unbelievable. And we will get to the entire thing, Josh.
Let's have a day. He says, hashtag TC, hashtag Sport 4, hashtag GTV. Michael Buckton in the house says, Lakers with a mighty comeback last night in the fourth and steal it in double OT. Wow, dude.
Yeah,
a thrill for the Lakers. Says, I'll be calling it at some point today. He says, we'll see if we take you. Josh B says, the new setup, dude.
The comfort. Manny, the nap. Right,
I mean,
Tony?
Yeah, dude, the chair.
It really is nice. Like, this might be permanent, to be honest.
Oh, really, dude?
Where's the table right now?
It's next door.
Or does it not fold?
It does not fold up. It is like, just regular wood tables next door right now.
Gotcha.
It looks good next door, though.
Yeah. But tell me, though, this, I feel like I'm comfortable. 700 episode vibes again.
Yeah, dude.
What more do you want at the end of the day?
I can't ask for much more, dude.
So what I'm thinking here, Tony, a little, we'll kind of go a little back and forth here. Just kind of wanted a little synopsis leading up to the game last night, and then we'll talk about the specifics of the game.
Yeah, dude.
In a little bit. But first off, love the easiness, and I know it is a little bit of a hike off of Grand Central. Go right from Stanford, Grand Central, the one stop. Of course, in Harlem. But I love that. I think that's not too bad. The walk was great. Honestly, the temperature was not too bad. Walking around the city, it felt good, to get some exercise, kind of burn off that Tony D's in advance. But Tony DiNapoli's, wow, what a place. I was telling Benny yesterday, he was like, take it easy. He's been to both, thinks they're similar. He couldn't believe I was just saying unequivocally Tony DiNapoli's better. It was awesome. We got to sit at the bar. Bottle of red Tony was unbelievable. And I got the it's still on my Instagram story if anybody wants to check it out at Brian Barnaby. But I got they call it mixed seafood with lobster, which was just such a good dish. And it was funny. I ordered it, and the guy's like, "Oh, it comes with pasta. What type of pasta you want?" I was like, "Oh, I'll do penne." And then he's asking about the sauce. He's giving me the options. And then like the third option was white wine, oil and garlic. And like I don't even say anything. Like he lists the options and he goes, "Hey, buddy, let me tell you, you're gonna want to get that one." So I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah, right.
yeah, I'm getting that one." So I got that in the Caesar salad. Caesar salad was great. Wine was unbelievable. The food pairing, Tony, with the oil, the balsamic, the cheese, mixed with that Italian bread, so good. And then to dunk it in the sauce with the pasta was absolutely ridiculous. Tony's salivating, fixing the camera right now. That was so good. I couldn't believe it. You could just tell really good quality seafood, the calamari, the scallops, the lobster, the shrimp. And I always get this type of dish, except I think it's with a spicy marinara at Blackstone's in Norwalk. And I've had the picture of that before, like that seafood dish at Blackstone's. And I was always like, "Oh, this is by far the best seafood dish." I have to say that one last night, hands down the best. Also, crab legs were part of it as well. And just the sauce. Like I feel like too, I haven't really had in the past where it is both the wine and the oil and garlic. It's usually one or the other.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. That's crazy.
I thought the combination was great. The lobster was so good. So yeah, that was awesome. And the bread was great. So really a first class experience. And I love the dinner at the bar, early dinner at the bar. Tony, tell me there's nothing better in the city at an Italian restaurant. I mean, come on.
Literally early at
Before
the
a
bar
game.
too. Exactly. So you have like a good night ahead of you. You can digest easily. You can enjoy the game. You can feel good. Maybe have a little snackage at the game, a couple of drinks, dude. But gosh, that sounds so. What was your favorite part of the restaurant?
The seafood pasta.
Hands down, seafood pasta.
And it's funny because at Carmine's they have the same dish, mixed seafood, pasta or whatever. And I've always wanted to try it. And usually you can't. But this also too, I guess they go individualized portions at the bar and they don't do that at the table.
Okay.
So that helped it because I thought I was gonna have to get, because Brandon doesn't eat meat. So I thought I was gonna have to get eggplant, which he got, which he liked. But I was riled to get that, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh my God, sounds so good.
And then the decor, very like old school, in New York Italian. That was great. Great service. So just a great time. I thought the picture I took of the sign, didn't that look pretty cool too? I really just
it looks sick, dude.
The whole way it was laid out. The one thing I wish I did, but I was trying to get the Jack Dempsey's and stuff, is I didn't get dessert, but from the website, the dessert just looks so. Did you eat anything today?
Today? No, I haven't had anything. No.
The dessert looks so good.
I bet they had good cheesecake there, dude.
Oh yeah. No, next time definitely. We got to go to the Denapolis. But too. So yes, before we went to Jack Dempsey too, there's this person sat. Actually no, this wasn't Jack Dempsey. So fast forward, walked to Jack Dempsey's. 20-minute walk, whatever it is. Went there. Well, couldn't believe too that there's no P in Dempsey's because I feel like we've been saying it like that, right?
Yeah, I feel like we have too.
For whatever reason, just one of those
so
things.
funny.
And I think we're used to other people's last names, that's why we say it like that. But anyway, get in there, a couple spots open at the bar, very good service. Get the Dempsey's Ale, which was really good. On draft, reasonable too. And only charged us for one round, which was good service and very friendly people working there. And then the person next to us just randomly starts talking to us. I guess he hasn't been keeping up with the Rangers, and he was like, "Oh wow, we have the best record in the league." He was all excited. And then we were telling him how we were at Tony DiNapoli's before. It was funny, kind of like a New Yorker, kind of like the accent. And he's like, "Wait a second. You never been to Tony D's?" oh man. Wow. Yeah, no, I got to go back there. It's been a couple of years. Usually when I have guests visiting, I go there, you got to go to Tony D's. So he was riled. I told him about this show, Downtime. We'll see if we get a new subscriber. I'm sure Michael's all over it.
Hell yeah.
Potentially he could be watching right now. Forget his name. My apologies. Meets so many people. It's hard to keep track.
Oh, yeah.
But had a good, and he was talking to, I think he's going to Yankee opening day this year because he said he rotates back and forth going to the opening days.
No way,
Yeah, it
dude.
kind of sounded like, kind of a casual sports fan just enjoys like the ambiance. It seemed like,
which is dope.
Oh yeah, awesome. So so that was great. And you just can't beat Dempsey's. And I was telling you, off air that I was asking the bartender. Seems like a very popular, before and after the game spot. Not many people actually watching there, but then she did say if you try to do the Dempsey's stakeout, sometimes there's some people left over. And then they were also saying like, oh, this is definitely the best bar to go to. All the bars on 7th are like way too crowded before the game. Like this is a place you want to be. That's what the guy was saying, which obviously
makes sense.
We know, Tony, all about it. And then also too, like I said, we'll save the game details, but just being there, unbelievable. Was sitting, I think it was section 237. So you do have the Chase Bridge, but you know how like the seats in the 200, like they're not all like they don't all end at the same point. They kind of go like this. So in the bottom, it's more narrow. So this is the narrow section more towards the right, bridge not in the way. So it was a great view, completely packed, and good proximity to the bathroom, the concessions, which was nice. Obviously, of course, it would be nicer to be closer to the action, but I have to say, for row, it was row 16. I thought it was like you could see the game pretty well. Have you ever sat kind of close to there before?
Probably, yeah. Maybe when I was a little bit younger. I mean, I've gotten tickets all over the Garden. Really, there's, in my opinion, not a bad spot to be sitting.
Just
really,
if you have to, if the bridge blocks the view,
right? Again, obviously, you want to avoid that area, but still, like anywhere in that stadium, I mean, you have like a pretty good vision and like solid, like the way they have the seats, because it's so like the higher you go up, obviously the steeper it is, so like you still have that like
that
view, which is great.
They obviously, when they did the renovation, whenever it was, did a really good job with that. And then also, very friendly staff. The bartender there, we got one popcorn, and then just somehow, I don't know, the lady just like felt like giving away a popcorn. So the next time we went up, she gave us a whole popcorn box. MSG popcorn, known to be very good.
It is delicious.
So let's just say, almost both boxes were put down, between the two of us. It was just an unbelievable time, riled up, and just a crazy, crazy game. And what a game for Brandon to go to his first NHL game.
That's so sick, dude.
Yeah. So
a thriller.
The thriller. And really, like I was just like in there. I'm just thinking, wow, like I can't believe it's been this long. Since I've been to a game, and it just, from going to the Islanders game early in the year, great arena over there. But as we know, no matter what sport we're talking about, nothing like going to your home team's arena. I mean, and especially the Garden, Tony. Like, are you kidding?
You're magical,
right now,
dude.
Even though, baseball is upon us, you're earning for the Garden.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I mean, I'm definitely jealous hearing about this day.
For the playoffs, though, dude, we'll be there. Stanley Cup. What if you're honest guess? Game 1, Stanley Cup. Let's say for whatever reason it ends up being the Canucks we're playing. Okay. Get in price. Game 1, Canucks.
Gotta be $500.
I was thinking like almost like 1,000. Or no way.
For like crappy seats to walk in, there's no way.
Right on the bridge. Like,
oh my god, no, it'd probably be like over 500.
Josh B saying he's jealous, but Josh, you're gonna be with us too for the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah. Open your wallet, dude.
It's so annoying. That's never gonna stop. But it just shows what a good product they have. At the end of the day, we can't dispute that.
And it just sucks. There's no way. Like if they do, there's no way we can't go to one of those games, dude. We have to go, especially if it's the Cup final. Like
probably end up being the first round. Also, I guess if we both win and it's chalk, and if everything ended right now, we will play Carolina second round. So I was telling Chokere, like, we gotta go. Like, definitely gonna go.
Trip down there, yeah.
I mean, how ridiculous would it be if we did that like a long weekend?
Yeah,
like, quick flight.
Holy shit!
Like, and probably the flight and the game ticket would be less than the ticket
for MSG. Yeah, you're probably right, dude.
Wow. Like it's destiny, Tony.
The drive down, maybe.
I'll see you guys there. Pick you up at the airport. Oh man. All this talk just getting me so pumped.
Literally.
So a lot. Josh B says my wife my
kids
have
my wallet.
Oh, have my wallet. That's a good one. But so a lot to get to. What we're gonna do, we always start Wednesday before a PGA Tour event. We start with the golf. And if you take a look this week. We do have the Houston Open, the Texas Children's Houston Open. This is a tournament that's been going on a while. I guess, let's see. First one, 1946. And this is played at the Memorial Park Municipal golf course. It's been here at this venue for quite some time. There was no tournament in 2023. I wonder why there was no tournament.
Last season of the tournament?
Yeah, did you look that up?
Houston blackout?
I just want to see if I'm gonna unless it was the weather, but I don't think that's the case. But I'm looking this up because this is bothering me actually. I can't believe I saw something quick about that, but I didn't see what the reason was. So let's see. Houston Open canceled 2023.
Interesting here.
Oh, I guess just scheduling. That's what calendar shenanigans. That's how Golf Digest describes it.
Stop it.
You don't usually see that with tournaments. Usually if they go away, like the match play. But anyway, so we didn't have a tournament last year, but Tony Finau did win in 2022. He's in the field again this week. A 4-shot victory over Tyson Alexander. That was at 16 under par. Jason Kokrak in 2021, he's now on LIV, a 2-shot victory over Kevin Tway and Scotty Scheffler, 10 under. That seems like a name for you, Tony, the Kevin Tway.
Yeah.
Thinking of the iced tea or the twisted tea.
A twee.
Carlos Ortiz, another guy on LIV, also 2-shot victory, 13 under. Dustin Johnson, Hideki Matsuyama, 2020. Lanto Griffin at 14 under in a one over Mark Hubbard and Sky Harrington in 2019, and then 2018 Ian Poulter, another LIV guy, won in the playoff over Bo Hostler. Purse for this one, $9.1 million. So the winner getting a healthy and a all-time tournament high $1.638 million. Just looking at the scores at this tournament, pretty I would say middle of the pack to, players are shooting pretty good. So not, like a 30 under winner, but also not a 10 under winner. So at least 15 under, sometime pushing 20 under. Phil was 20 under back in 2011. And then Russell Heanley, 20 under 2017. Poulter was 19 under in 2018. So I think a player-friendly course, it measures out 7,432 yards. I'm sure some Texas wedges or two will come into play, Tony.
Nice.
And looking at the power rankings here, who else would it be? Scotty Scheffler, the Texas native, coming off back-to-back wins. Can he make it 3 in a row? He also set the course record when he tied second in 2021 with a 62, so he has experience here. Wyndham Clark, who's finished runner-up twice to Scotty Scheffler. He's in this field, as well as Sahith Theegala, Will Zalatoris, who seems to be rounding into form after dealing with a back injury last year that forced him out of all the majors. You have Alex Noren, Siwoo Kim, Jason Day. He's had success at this tournament before. Tony Finau, who won the last tournament held here. Keith Mitchell, Tom Hoagie, KH Lee, Tony's personal favorite, Andrew Novak, Luke List, Aaron Rai, Steven Yeager. Those are the top 15 in the power rankings. And then also, too, just going by world golf ranking, you also have Kirk Kitayama, Jake Knapp, who won the Mexico Open, Ryan Fox, Cam Davis, Mackenzie Hughes, Peter Molinari, who won last week at Valspar, Alex Noren, Thorben Olsen, and then also Nick Dunlap and Robert McIntyre. So some guys we know. And I'm just looking too if there's anybody that usually isn't playing, kind of more on the senior end of things in this field. Let's see here. Not necessarily. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much everybody that you need to know. So, a lot of different directions to go here, Tony. Any thoughts on who is winning the Houston Open?
It's a great question. It's very interesting pool of players, and I noticed that there's no Hovland,
Obear.
Yeah, so it's not because but I think for a non-signature event, this is a pretty good field with Scotty Scheffler.
Oh no, yeah, I would say so. I mean, the names you rattled off, it's going to be competitive. It's not like Scheffler is going to be like I don't look at this list of players and be like, oh, like Scheffler has it in the bag, absolutely,
right?
Like, by far. He's going to be certainly contested. Obviously, like you said, he is favorited here, and you could go Scotty, but I really don't want to go chalk. I guess give me Jason Day. Teeing off today, 204 plus 2,500. I think pretty solid odds there. I think he's due, a couple top 10 finishes this year. Struggled his last 2 tournaments. I think placing in the top 35. But other than that, I mentioned, top 10 at the Century, top 10 Genesis, tied for 6th at Pebble Beach. I just cut at the Farmers. So I feel like some roads of inconsistency, some hills.
After a resurgent year last season.
Exactly. I know you were big on him last year. So I feel like you can come in here. You mentioned, Players Park here. Give me Jason Day with the win. I'm going to say 17 under.
I really like that pick.
Thank you.
Those are the type of picks that win because you think back to last week. Did anybody have Malnati? Everybody was all over Xander. And Cam Young, who were close, but didn't end up winning. So I think that's a strong pick. Michael in the chat, he's fired up. I was just telling Tony, I think this is the permanent set.
Taking a nap.
But yeah, this is great, Michael. But I was just gonna. Oh no, you go ahead. Oh, that is sick. That is sick. Any live report, Michael?
In other news. In other news, Sportsport bringing you top-notch news. In other news, we need a new freaking desk chair. I sat in that thing today.
Know,
Tony absolutely demolished it, and it made me think. Yesterday he did break it because he has a record of breaking things, and Barnes. Right. You'd appreciate this because people want to think it's Barnes,
right? Exactly.
But it's Tony.
Exactly.
Broke headphones.
Who thinks it's Barnes?
He's broke. Barnes knows.
I had some close calls there a while ago.
Exactly.
A lot of close calls.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now he's more careful than you.
Yeah. Right.
Headphones. Tony's gotten this chair, and I can't remember the third thing, but it was big.
Yeah. First of all, let's calm down here. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, Tony finally got him." It's regular wear and tear. Same thing with the headphones too. And this chair is how old, bro?
I don't know.
But
that one you got from Thorne.
No, it's not.
That's the one.
No, see, you know
I'll
what?
guarantee you, I'll bring in a photo from my room from back in the day and show you that's the chair.
Because that's really funny. Because I did some research.
You're so dumb.
And looked at the first episode of Screen Time 3 years ago. You're sitting in this chair.
No, it's not.
Dude. It's not that chair.
And all
You're
I would
so
say
wrong.
From
No.
somebody
It's
who has
embarrassing.
broken a couple car seats or had them disassembled, it's all about the plop. At the end of the day, if a chair goes, you're plopping. That's it.
But he sits on the floor on the edge of it.
That doesn't help either. So that is
go look it up,
report.
dude.
I will.
Look it up.
I know you're wrong. That's the thing.
Okay.
I know that.
Go look it up.
I don't need to. I'm going to bring in a photo of it from my home.
Okay.
To even prove it that much more in
then
detail.
I don't know where this chair came from then.
Because you didn't look it up.
What?
Fallacy.
Episode 1 Screen Time. Look it up, dude. You're sitting in this chair. You're
Fibber.
sitting in this chair.
I know you're lying. I could tell.
Okay, dude.
Looks like we're gonna have a video review on that one, Tony.
I'll show it right now for the whole world, Brian.
Was gonna ask though, who's your sleeper?
I'm gonna go with Dunlap. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like someone who we haven't really heard from since the beginning of the year here.
The American
I keep
Express,
forgetting. American
right?
Amex. No, was it Amex?
What other term?
Oh God.
It wasn't. Trying to think about this for a
It
second.
wasn't Genesis.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Amex. Unless it was the Farmers Insurance Open.
No, it definitely wasn't Farmers. We were just looking this up too. I feel like last week. It was
American
Amex.
Express. Yeah.
Great job, Brian.
There we go.
Good to me.
There we go.
There it is, dude.
So this is what I'm gonna say here. Any Scotty Scheffler matchup this week, I would say you're
Look it up, Michael.
Probably good. I haven't looked myself, what the matchups are yet. But I'm not going to pick him to win just because it is tough to win 3 in a row. Would I be surprised if he did win? Not entirely, but more likely I would think, a top 5, a top 7, somewhere in there. But I think Wyndham Clark, Tony, I know he's had a couple close calls here, and I just feel like, he did win, the Pebble rain out Sunday. Obviously the US Open last year, but he's due for a 4-day grind. him making, hundreds of foots of putts. We've seen that many times out of Wyndham. So I think after the heartbreak the last 2 times out, he, will prevail and get the job done here. So give me Wyndham Clark to win the Houston Open.
Love it.
And then in terms of a sleeper here, so many different ways to go. So it is kind of tough. But if I had to, kind of go near the bottom of the list here, Martin Lard is tempting. Tony.
Wow.
I don't think I could do it. But I am gonna go with, you know what? I'm gonna go with Carson Young. So not Cam Young, but Carson Young. A guy that, he's competed in some tournaments. I actually want to check this. I'm not sure that he's actually won. If anything, I think he's won maybe one tournament, like an alternate event or something. But let's see. So no career wins, I think. Let me just double check this. No career PGA Tour wins and 1 third place finish. Has made the cut of 23 of 44 events in his career. So very, new on the scene, 29 years old. I think it took a little bit to get here. And you look at this year, 1 top 10 at Vedanta. Other than that, best finish was 17th at the Amex, and he didn't make the cut at the Players or the Sony Open. But give me Carson Young, Tony, as my sleeper.
Carson Young.
And then we're just gonna go TV coverage before we move on here.
Let's go.
Just an Open TV coverage. Looks like let's see, Golf Week always gives us some good information here.
Oh yeah.
So we are on Golf Channel actually Thursday, Friday, and Sunday.
Nice.
NBC gets in the mix on Saturday, which is kind of interesting. And then you do have the PGA Tour live coverage. I think this is going to be, a good tournament. I think we'll see a lot of good scores, and we're going to see some good golf played here. And maybe we approach like a 20 under, a 21 under, and you have a guy like Scottie Scheffler playing this tournament who has, of course, record. Obviously no tournament here last year, but I think guys are comfortable at this venue, and will be treated to an outstanding tournament.
No, yeah, I totally agree. And it's nice, the weather seems to be looking pretty good, and I'm looking forward to the coverage, dude. And Houston's nice.
Yeah.
Love Houston.
I've never been there, but always wanted to. A lot of sports teams there and stuff. So, sure, one of these days we'll tee it up at Memorial Park. But let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game! Out of sight!
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Throw deep to left field. There it goes! See ya!
All right. So the last major free agent domino has fallen. Jordan Montgomery last night coming to terms on a 1-year, $25 million contract with the Arizona Diamondbacks, which includes a vesting option for the second season. And that option, the value of that depends on the amount of starts. And this is a player's option, so he could decline this, but it would be $20 million if he makes 10 starts, $22.5 million if he reaches 18 starts, and $25 million at 23 starts. And obviously, you would think we'll miss 3 or 4 starts through the rotation to get up to speed. That's what they were saying. But again, I don't understand that. You would think he's been throwing. Why does he need to miss a few weeks here?
Honestly,
Snell's pitching.
I have no idea. So maybe he wasn't pitching.
True.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't then.
But I don't know. I just think that doesn't make sense. Maybe they move it up, but I am riled though. I feel like I got him for pennies on the dollar. I got in our fantasy league and the 18-team league. So I look forward to that. And I think, you look at the numbers overall for his career. I mean, 3.68 ERA. Last year was a 3.20. We know about the success he had in the postseason. I mean, last year, 10-11, 3.2, 4.1 WAR, which is good. And what is it, 188 innings?
188 and 2/3.
I mean, that's a lot of innings for a pitcher these days.
Yeah,
dude. 166 strikeouts and 1.19 WHIP. all solid numbers. The fact too that he pitches well in the postseason, 31 years old, left-handed. I think good movement, good location on his pitches. And he joins the Diamondback rotation that has an injury in Eduardo Rodriguez, who signed earlier this offseason, but you also have Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, and Brandon Pfaadt. I think this is huge for Arizona.
I mean, again, we just did our previews the past couple of days. I mean, it almost changes what the West looks like right there. Because if he is, dominant as he was last season, he has a 2.6 ERA, career ERA in the postseason,
which is outstanding,
which is great, dude. Yeah, I mean, clearly, if he gets there, he's going to be certainly helpful to the Diamondbacks. And again, like I've said it quite a few times now, I feel like one thing that was a little disappointing in the postseason was their starting pitching. You saw Gallen get popped a little bit, Pfaadt even struggled a little bit too, and that's natural to their inexperience in that type of position. Monty has that, and obviously, like I said, proved himself. So if the case comes again, they certainly improved, I would say, that fault. So Diamondbacks, like you said, I mean, this is a pretty significant move, and I'm happy, honestly, that Monty signed somewhere, and I guess it's cool that he went to the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, and I think I had them finishing out of the playoffs, actually. But now I don't know. I don't know if is there any way possible that you see San Francisco after this move, finishing with more wins than Arizona, or it still is a possibility?
I mean, I guess
Snell has to win another Cy Young, pretty much.
Yeah, but again, I'm expecting Snell to do well. So, and you imagine the Giants, better offense. We talked about it. I don't know. I still think the Giants have a little bit of the edge there.
Okay.
Do you think? You think Diamondbacks? Or you think?
No, I talked about this yesterday, but with Robbie Ray joining that rotation, second half to go with Logan Webb and Blake Snell.
Yeah.
I think the Giants too. And then you have Soler, Chapman on offense with Lee.
Any chance that Monty honestly just gets hammered this year?
I don't think so.
Don't think so either. Right?
He doesn't really get hammered. I don't know why the Yankees were tight.
And I mean, look at where he went to a market like Arizona too. He's probably going to be pretty comfortable there.
Yeah. No, I think this is gonna work out well. And some other things here. The Braves gonna have 40-year-old Jesse Chavez on their roster. It's his 5th stint with the Atlanta Braves, so probably grabbing the last spot in their bullpen. But always a good story. Anytime a guy at that age, can make a roster, that's pretty impressive stuff. And I definitely remember him pitching. Seems like he's been on a lot of teams. He's pitched a lot of innings, Tony.
Jeez.
Over 1,000 career innings in the ERA 4.3. Not terrible. But it's the Braves. He'll probably have a 1.6 ERA this year.
Yeah, honestly, probably.
And then the Rockies go pre-arb extension with shortstop Esquiel Tovar. Is that how you say it?
Esquiel.
I
could be wrong.
Tovar. So 7 years, $63 million. Could, if there's a team option exercise in 2031, it could go to 8 for 84. What do you think about the Rockies getting this deal done?
I mean, I guess that's good for the Rockies.
Makes sense, right?
It does make sense.
22 years old.
Yeah, young talent. I mean, I guess it's a good move in terms of whatever you're planning for the next few seasons. But yeah, solid move, dude. I guess we'll see how it plays out. I guess I'll keep my eye on him because I don't know much about the guy.
I mean, between him and then is it Nolan Jones? Those are their two best offensive players. So
hey.
Well, to see what happens. Obviously opening day tomorrow. So pumped. I know there is a murky weather scenario, Tony. Give me your percentage though that we go to the game and it's not delayed, starts on time tomorrow.
Honestly, dude, I feel pretty low about it.
10?
Yeah, I was gonna say 15 to 20% there. I still have to, I don't know. I'm trying to play by it because I haven't dismissed my class.
Yeah.
So
You're just gonna go like day of car trouble.
I
type of deal?
hate doing that though. I've read and honestly, even one of my like students like email me, hey, like we're definitely meeting tomorrow, right? I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
Like whoever asked that, by the way, too.
But
like, you know,
you think Steve Cohen, owner of the people, obviously you're very high on his tenure. You think he does the right thing, cancels at 8:30, and clear skies on Friday?
yeah, I think so. 8:30. Yeah.
Because I just feel like it's opening day and there's no game tomorrow. Why do they want to get? I mean, unless they're just worried that not as many people go. But I feel like because it goes from Thursday to Friday, I don't think that changes the amount of people that go to the game. Because I think people that took off will just switch the day.
Yeah, but it's tough because it's Easter fucking weekend, though. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like because it's like I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like it's different if it's on Easter or something. You know what I mean? But being that it's Good Friday, like I don't think it's like crazy, especially because it's early.
Right.
So could go to your 5:30 mass. Right?
That's true. Yeah. If the mass is across the street and flush
No, but pitch clock, 2.5 hour game. I mean, game's over at 3:30.
Yeah.
You're making it to St. John's Apostle.
I mean, in theory, I could probably make it back for class.
Yeah, actually. You might need a TA for that one. But yeah, no, definitely just so excited. I can't believe tomorrow's opening day. Josh be so fired up.
Cannot wait. He can't wait for Mets opening day. He said that's sick. He's probably riled to watch the Mets, dude.
What is your expectation? Let's say weather doesn't let's say hypothetically game's Friday, perfect weather. What are you expecting to see out of Quintana?
I mean, it's the Brewers here, so like I don't know. Maybe a solo shot from Rowdy Tellez. But other than that, I'm looking for 6 innings, 1 earned run, like 7 strikeouts.
And is it like a 5-1, a 5-3, a 6-2, a 6-5?
Listen, the bats have been pretty solid, I suppose, even though the Mets just, I believe, lost 3-0 yesterday to the Yankees, actually. But the bats have been pretty hot spring training. I mean, yeah, I want to see like how where we were last season too, where in terms of just getting runners on, bringing them in. Matt's done a great job of doing that. As Michael is leaving because he's guilty. Jeremy Schaap, and yeah, I like 5-1. 6-2. Maybe the bullpen gives up a run. Doesn't really matter though.
Okay,
like dominant victory, dude.
One back,
for sure.
So they better win. Let's put it that way.
Yes, you are. What, you putting some money on the game?
Oh yeah,
really? Dude.
Just one unit.
I mean, it's crazy. The Brewers. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I don't like the Brewers off season, to be honest. So yeah, I think the bats, the offense wins the game. And thinking about the Yankee game, I kind of think, obviously, I'm expecting a win opening day, but is it just me or I just feel like it's going to be like a shootout. Like it's going to be like a 7-5 and 8-6. I mean, Valdez kind of
I don't know,
tapered off second half. And Nestor, I hope he pitches like 5 scoreless, but I kind of feel like Nestor is going to be 4 1/3, 4 earned, 6 hits. I mean, it's a tough spot to be.
Opening day nerves?
Oh, just, on the road, hostile environment, and, coming off an injury-riddled year, poor performance. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough,
I hope he gets, but right? I mean, what comes to mind when you think about his pitching line?
Honestly, I kind of thought like maybe both pitchers step up in terms of Valdez and Cortez. I was thinking Cortez, maybe 6 1/3, like 2 earned runs, something like that.
Wow.
Again, like the shimmy, the control, the showboat and everything. Same thing with Valdez. I mean, I feel like these are 2 pitchers that we've seen have great stuff. And I think it's going to be like a, bottom of the 9th or like top of the 9th type of like solo shot.
Since Chapman's not on the roster.
Yeah, exactly. Like a 3-2 victory or something like that.
Holmes,
like, yeah,
the
dude.
Sinker, from MLB, how tough that pitch is.
It is, dude. I just want to play the show right now.
Dude. I know. So you're like, based on what you're saying, I know we're only talking about one game here, but overall, you're expecting Nestor to return to form this year.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
All right. I mean, I hope so. I mean, it was crazy because, he was in the All-Star game 2 years ago. I guess it just, you get a little nervous, the shoulder injury, 6 ERA last year. But I guess it's not as crazy as it seems just because that was a smaller sample size last year and he wasn't healthy.
Yeah, true. He just wasn't healthy last year.
And it's not like he relies on high velo or anything.
No.
So he'll probably be taking it easy with the shoulder. So fingers crossed that happens. Let's see here. Really, just kind of a random question here, if you would, Tony. Who leads the major leagues in home runs this year? And how many?
Oh, that's a great question, dude.
And I will, just for some context, just to give us like a reference point,
Mhm.
I'm going to look up last year here. So last year, Matt Olson led the majors with 54 home runs. He was the only player to eclipse 50 home runs last year. Schwarber second, 47. Alonso's third, 46. Ohtani fourth, 44. And then Acuna, 41. Judge had 37.
Kind of crazy. Matt Olson, dude. What the hell is that?
I think Matt Olson hits probably more likely like 35 home runs this year. It'll be
I can see Schwarber maybe cooling off a little bit. That guy strikes out a shit ton.
kind of like Pete Alonso.
I don't know. Pete Alonso, I mean,
218? Was it 218?
It must have been somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But hey, man, 46 dingers, top 3 home runs right there last season. What's up? Ohtani might not even be playing. I mean, again, just looking at that top 5 right there. Acuna.
Boy, Acuna.
I think.
But how's he going to follow that up?
I know, but didn't he even miss some time last year too?
So go to the stats. So we got how many? No, he missed 2 games. That was the year before.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's probably going to hit 260. I know he hit 337, but I just think
Really?
it's too hard to hit 337 these days.
No, yeah, you're right. Give me Alonso, and I'll say 56.
Wow, 56.
That's
All
right.
right. I'm gonna say Judge, but I'm gonna say 50.
Wow.
Only player to have 50. What do you think about the batting title? Last year, Arise 354. Freddie was up there.
I mean, again, looking at that top 5, I would imagine Arise a little bit of a down year from there. I mean, 354 is crazy. What you said about Acuna, again, I could see that maybe, but I like Freeman a lot. I think he's a model of consistency too. Always solid batting average. And I mean, I don't know how you can argue against him.
No, you're right.
Where do you think Corey Seager lands? And also, who do you have?
Corey. Oh, where does he finish with?
Yeah, in terms of that batting average, I feel like that was great for him.
Yeah, I think he's 270, 280.
Yeah,
It's tough. I mean, if they do it, they do it. But not many guys have been able to do that.
Yeah.
Not everybody's Mookie Betts, Tony. Speaking of Betts, Mookie Betts, National League batting leader. I'm going to say he hits 331.
Wow.
American League, Juan Soto, 327.
I like that, dude.
Trying to think if and we'll throw 2 more bones here.
Yeah, what do you got?
First, we'll go stolen bases. Cunha led last year with 73. What do you think?
I mean, I think that if there's one thing he does follow up with, it's going to be the stolen base.
Again, I think that's going to go to like 40, which is still high though.
Yeah, I know it is still high, but come on, dude.
73 though, especially because they want to protect their top player. No.
Yes, Buckner. Michael Buckner. Yeah. Do you want to wait or?
I'm trying to think. Tell him. Yeah, we'll at the end of the show we'll do basketball.
Okay. Hey, Michael Buckner, real quick. We're still doing baseball right now. We're gonna do basketball at the end of the show. Can I call you back?
Yeah, sure, Tony.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Michael.
Cool.
Adaptable.
Very adaptable. So we appreciate that. But you're saying Acuna goes back to back with the stolen bases?
Absolutely.
60, 70, 80, 100?
I would say, honestly, he sticks it somewhere around 70.
Okay.
So, same way around.
I'm going to say Estuary Ruiz, because that's his number one asset. He still has 67 last year, 80 bases for Ruiz. Last question here. Who leads the majors in saves?
Edwin Diaz.
How many?
That's a good question. Save opportunities will probably be a lot with the Mets. Obviously, Clay's got it with Cleveland last year with 44 saves. I feel like a lot of save opportunities for Cleveland.
It's
with that.
Class A, right?
Class A, is
yeah,
it?
I think so. Yeah,
Emmanuel Class A.
Class A.
I think maybe a little lower. I think maybe 39 or 38 around there.
For Diaz, yeah.
Correct.
I'm gonna say Alexis Diaz.
Oh,
Because the Reds tight games, offense struggles from time to time. 48 saves for Alexis Diaz. So yeah, I mean, those are really, all the categories.
I like that.
We already talked Cy Young's, MVPs, all of that. So basically, Tony, you could say that it's time to play ball.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Hopefully, again, I just keep thinking about tomorrow.
I know it's stressful. It's annoying.
Like, why couldn't it just be sunny and totally fine?
Yeah,
even partly cloudy.
Always has to be like that. Only day like that too. Think of today.
Yeah, today, beautiful fucking day.
But they don't do things like that, Tony. That's what's so annoying. But hey, let's hope for the best. But also, let's go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink Washington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pastrnak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. The moment we've been waiting for. If you could cue up the music, not for the frenzy, but for Tony.
There it is.
Tony. We heard this not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, but 6 times last night as the Rangers beat the Flyers in overtime, 6-5. Adam Fox, the hero, as the New York Rangers win their 48th game of the year and are the first team to qualify for the hockey playoffs. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a New York Ranger. And as I was speaking to before, the atmosphere at the Garden was unbelievable last night. It was so funny. Brandon, again, first time being at the game, Tony, we're in our seats maybe 10 minutes, early, and there's a lot of empty seats. And he's like, oh, I guess it's not going to be a sellout. I'm like, Brandon, I don't think you understand.
Yeah.
Every game pretty much is a sellout.
Literally.
And then sure enough, national anthem, sellout. So that was great. The first period, was a gritty first period, a defensive first period. If there is such a thing as a defensive period in a game that features 11 goals, but we didn't have any. So I thought, the Rangers did a pretty good job. Didn't have any power play opportunities, which they would in the second, and they would capitalize on that. But unfortunately, though, in the second, they do allow 2 goals. One almost 3 minutes into Scott Loughton, his 13th. That made it 1-0. And then, give or take almost 10 minutes later, Ryan Poling on a power play, his 10th. So that made it 2-0. So at that point, you definitely people were getting a little stir crazy. You want to see some offense. And I said to Brandon, and he was bugging out. I said, they gotta put one in the back of the net before the end of the second period. They do. Mika Zibanejad, Tony. I had mentioned yesterday in our predictions, I thought he would continue to come back from the dead, and he does. His 24th. So an opportunity here down the stretch to kind of round out these numbers into more respectability. So that made it 2-1. The horn would sound, so the Rangers would go to the third period.
Hell yeah.
With a 2-1 deficit. But Johnny Brzezinski, Tony, a name we don't hear from often, his 6th goal of the year tied the game at 2. And then a minute and a half later, Alexis Lafreniere, an unassisted goal, made it 3-2. Garden was rocking. Everybody was riled. But then this is when the scoring run starts here. Travis Konecny, his 31st unassisted, ties the game at 3. Vincent Trocheck. Almost 3 minutes later, a shorty, Tony, his 25th. So thriving in Peter Laviolette's system here this year. Assisted by Mika, who now has 39 assists. That made it 4-3. And Owen tipped it. Now, that's the former Sabre, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Tip it, yeah.
He had his 26th that tied the game at 4. Kind of a wacky goal. Got lost underneath Shesterkin's glove. Slides in there. So that tied at 4. But the Rangers, as they had been, continue to answer. And this one was not even 2 minutes later. Laffy, his second. So 22 goals on the year for Laffy. He's had a good year. Panarin with 58 assists. Trocheck with 46. Another 2 guys who are having outstanding years. So you thought, okay, 5-4, we're good. We're gonna lock down. And then once again, not even 3 minutes later, Forrester, his 19th to tie the game at 5. So it's just like, are you kidding me? Final horn sounds. There were some opportunities. The Flyers could have scored, but the Rangers held true.
They did.
A lot of poke checks, just good defense overall. So we go to overtime, 36 seconds in. Adam Fox, a career high 15th goal, assisted by Trocheck and Panarin, and the Rangers win 6-5. Garden was going crazy. And it was just so ironic for me. Second game there, the other time with you, we go that time. I think they lost 4-0. Didn't get to hear the goal sung once. Go last night, get to hear it 6 times.
So sick, dude.
What a time, Tony. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a Ranger fan. I know it's more goals than you would have wanted to give up, but the fact that you kept battling back, I think that shows why the Rangers are clearly, the best team in the National Hockey League right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think sometimes, there's these types of games where the puck just starts dribbling into the net. And I mean, that's what it felt like. I felt like like I said, that third period, every time I looked at my phone, to watch the game, they were scoring. And it was crazy goals. I mean, goals like, the Travis Konechny's goal. I believe that was the legs. Yeah, through the legs. That was kind of like a breakaway garbage. It was just a weird play because the Rangers in offensive zone, I forget who had the shot on goal, but it went wide right, went around the boards, so missed everybody. And all of a sudden, Konechny was on a breakaway, which was so crazy, dude. And that kind of was happening all throughout the third period there. You mentioned the defensive first period. They played solid hockey. You knew the Flyers would give you some type of fight. I know obviously maybe the records, have a little bit of a larger disparity, but nonetheless, the Flyers aren't a terrible team. Tortorella knows the Rangers. He knows, I guess he's been around the league. He knows how Laviolette coaches as well. So, I don't think this is at all an indictment. Obviously a very high scoring. You may look at it as Flyers are not as good of a team as the Rangers, and you kind of let them hang around. Them scores 5 goals on you. That's going to happen in hockey where you have these off games. It is the better teams that end up on the winning side of that. Like you said, the team that is more veteran, that can show more composure, that can stare the face of adversity and overcome that, dude. And that's what they did last night. In pretty dramatic fashion, like you're saying, you were there. I'm sure you felt the atmosphere in overtime. Unbelievable. You can't really write it up better, especially in a game, because how shitty would it be if you ended up losing? If you came back and you lost 6-5,
brutal.
It would be so bad leaving that building. But instead, you obviously get the dub, so you forget about any mistakes you make during the game. You just ride the high of the victory, and that's what the Rangers are going to do. And I'm sure they'll get back to baseline, and the next game they have will be like a 2-1, 3-2 victory or something like that. So, great win. Way to gut it out. I fucking love it, dude.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was really something to be there, and it's just so nice. You pick a game to go to, everything lines up, and it was just an outstanding time. We do have some comments coming in. Looks like some Kev do nonsense. He says all love though. But what do we got here?
Barnes is a Yankee boy. He says all love though.
All love.
And then Jay Bird says, yo, let's go Rangers, baby.
Let's go Rangers.
And then he says, love the new setup. He says, loves the new setup. And Barnes looks super chillaxed.
Let's go.
And he says, the chocolates, Barnes.
And then what's good Kev do?
What's good, Kev do? Hope all is well, he says, dude. It's been a while since Jay Bird's checked in here. It's probably about, 4 o'clock London time.
And how about the last time that Jay Bird saw Kev do Golf Course, New Jersey, Nob Hill. Tony.
Nob Hill Mexican flan.
What a
dude.
day. Vlog out in the archives. If anybody wants to check that one out. But how about Fox here too? You know, stepping up, especially with the injuries the Rangers have had on defense here. Setting a career high in goals, 48 assists, a total of 63 points this year. Struggled early, but I mean, down the stretch here, showing what a valuable asset he is to the New York Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of our largest, youngest pieces, I would say. A defenseman too. Rangers, notably throughout history, have good defensemen.
Brian Leetch,
Mark Messier, Ryan McDonough.
I don't know why I didn't know Messier was a defenseman.
Yeah,
I guess it was before I was watching. So not my fault.
No, it's not.
Did he score a lot?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
But like 20s or not even.
No, yeah, I think he had a few 20-goal seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I heard last night Brian Leetch, his rookie year, had like 22 goals.
Oh yeah, his rookie year.
So he was a scorer as well.
Oh
Leetch?
yeah.
Okay, but
back
gritty.
then, the gritty. I mean, back then it was a little different. The way you scored was different. You could really defensemen played differently too. A lot of defensemen played almost honestly how Adam Fox plays right now, joining in offensively. Not being timid there at all. Because now at this point, if you have a guy on a breakaway, it's almost a surefire goal in today's hockey. So that's why a lot more defensemen, really hug that blue line. But anyway, Adam Fox is someone who knows how to walk that line of being a great defenseman and then, joining in terms of adding something offensively. And obviously it pays dividends, watching it in overtime last night. I mean, the Rangers have tremendous special teams, especially in overtime. They've been doing pretty well in 3-on-3. They have that space. And Adam Fox, you see him even on the power play 1 unit. He's on there. He's the only defenseman there. And that's because he's someone who the Rangers know can play solid defense in case anything goes wrong and then add something offensively. And we see it so many times where Fox decides to step up with a little bit of space he has and absolutely snipes one, which is what he did in overtime. And you said it. I think he has 46 assists, 48 assists. I mean, he's someone who contributes so much offensively, can move the puck well, has great vision. Then maybe there's some points where he can improve defensively, but I mean, for the most part, you watch him. I mean, he knows exactly where to go on the ice. He defends, for the most part, very well. So you really can't. You really can't have any complaints about him. And I'll keep saying this too. Rangers, down a couple defensemen too.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Down there, captain.
Down there, captain, dude.
Doesn't matter. So yeah, it's great. Love Fox. And he's really playing a big role here, a pivotal one, Tony. So if we could just update the picks whenever you're ready.
Let's see, Tuesday. Yes, it should be a pretty interesting night for us.
Is there many games tonight, by the way? Or?
Haven't checked the docket. I would imagine there are two.
Okay, nice. All right, so Panthers in the over, which would be 1-1. Rangers in the under, which would be 2-2. Hurricanes in the under, which would be 3-3.
Yeah.
Capitals in the under,
4-4.
And then the Maple Leafs in the over,
5-5.
The Predators in the under,
6-6. Brian.
Damn totals.
Oilers in the over, 7-7.
No. That's the over and the over.
Oh, sorry. Hey, oh, wow.
8-6. There we go. Flames in the over.
9-7.
No. Flames in the over.
Oh, shit. 8-8.
8.
Oh, my gosh,
and then
dude.
Avalanche in the over.
8-10.
Blue Jackets in the under.
No, 8-12.
Kraken in the over. 9-13. And then the Sharks in the over.
10-14.
So that brings me to 208 and let's see, 14. So that's 83, 208 and 183. Okay.
All right.
And then we'll go to you here. Panthers in the under.
0-2.
Rangers in the over.
2-2.
Hurricanes in the under.
3-3.
Capitals in the under.
4-4.
Maple Leafs in the over.
5-5.
Golden Knights in the under.
Ooh, 5-7.
Jets in the under.
5-9.
Flames in the under.
6-10.
Avalanche in the over.
6-12.
Coyotes in the under.
7-13.
Kraken in the under.
9-13.
Stars in the over.
11-13.
11-13.
Well, that saved me
also
right there.
known as, let's see, 11-13. So 2-13 and 11-13. 2-13 and 178.
So how many games we got?
How many games of separation?
Yeah.
Michael.
A friend of mine.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
The
dude?
camera's right there too.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
How's it going? Good.
Yeah, you're up by 5.
By 5.
Yes. 208, 183, 213, 178. 2 games on the docket tonight, Tony. So it is time for a special 2-game hockey for
All right, dude. Far too often, I feel like we're doing fucking 2-game frenzies. Doesn't matter here. Buffalo, 7 p.m. in Buffalo. The sauce, baby. The wings as the Sabres are taking on the Senators. Battle of the S's here. Obviously, Buffalo here favored at -140. Senators 30-36-4. Sabres 34-33-5. Over under 6.5. You could argue the Sabres, I guess, are playing for more here. Speaking of the Sabres, they lead this regular season series 2-1. Fourth and final time these two teams playing each other. Both teams have dropped 3 of the last 5 games. What do you see here, Brian?
I guess just because the Sabres are in it, they're at home, the water jugs are full, Tony. I just think they're going for it right now. And how about Rasmus Dahlin will have 4 assists tonight, Tony, as the Sabres will take out the Senators 5-3.
Absolutely love that call there. I think Sabres hammer it definitely way better with the goaltending there. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen 2.48 goals against. Give me a shutout by him, the 6th of the year, as the Sabres win 2-0. Give me Sabres and the under. Next game up, we're going to Tampa Bay as the Lightning are taking on the Boston Bruins. This is the TNT/Nesson game, Brian, at 7:30 p.m. in Tampa Bay here. Tickets as low as $62. Boston even. Tampa Bay -120 at home. Your over under, you bet your ass, is 5.5, believe it or not. Looks like both teams doing pretty well. Bruins, winning 3 of the last 5. Obviously, we know they lost to the Rangers recently. The Lightning playing for a lot, winning 4 of their last 5. And wouldn't you know it, the Lightning lead this regular season series 2-1. What do you foresee here?
Lightning have been playing well, so I like them here. The Bruins, a tough game for them, and I think it's going to be tight, probably overtime, maybe not as much scoring as in the Garden last night. So we're going to say the over still, though, but instead of 11 goals, we have 7, and the Lightning 4-3 in overtime. Braden Point, the game winner.
I'm going to go against the grain here. I say that the game goes over for sure. I think Lightning a little banged up. Bruins score a little bit more. They win 5-2 right there in Tampa Bay.
And that is your hockey frenzy. Michael Butka on the other side of the break. Let's go to the world of the National Basketball Association.
The Bulls LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the 3, and the Lakers win the game.
All right. So last night, an exciting one for Lakers fans around the National Basketball Association as they win their 3rd straight game here with a final score of 128-124, double overtime, Tony.
Wow.
Anthony Davis leading the way here. What a massive stat line for him. 34 points, 23 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 steals, and 2 assists. And also in this one, LeBron not playing with the ankle injury, but Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell each dropping 29 points. Reeves with the triple-double, 14 rebounds, 10 assists, and then Russell also having 12 assists, 7 rebounds. And as a team, from 3-point range. The Lakers making 14 threes, shooting 31%. The Bucks making 15 threes, getting 29-point.
We got bucked up, by the way.
From Giannis, but not enough. Doc Rivers folding potentially. Michael Butka, the man, the myth, the legend, Tony.
Bring him in. Stand by, Michael, dude. Bukta will be on the line momentarily. Oh, that's why it's muted over here. Standing by, unmuted, and we have Michael Bukta now.
How about those Lakers?
What a performance,
right?
Winning in double overtime without
LeBron
James.
How about AD?
Without LeBron James.
How about AD?
Coming back down from, AD and Reeves too, and D'Angelo too.
Yeah. And
they all went off.
Hachimura with a double-double as well.
Yep. Yes. And Austin
Lakers
Reeves had a
19.
triple-double
for Reeves.
They were down 19 in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes left, and they come fighting back.
Yeah, heart of a champion, and to do it without LeBron, I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And the Lakers,
oh my God,
obviously a tightly contested Western Conference. So, and also too, LeBron will play tonight, so back-to-back against the Grizzlies. So that's good news for the Lakers. Obviously, overall, though, for the Lakers, it's been a frustrating year. Kind of a back and forth type of season. Where are you now with the Lakers, Michael? I mean, any type of confidence, or what do you got?
Well, Barnes, you see, after that crazy win last night, I'm trying to feel a boost here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, if the Lakers keep playing like they've been playing, I could see them as a NBA champion.
Yeah, I mean, I think the toughest part, honestly, Michael, is just going to be getting out of the playing round. If the season ended now, they would have to play Golden State, 1-game playoff.
Yep.
I mean, it would be in Los Angeles, which is good, but that's a tough assignment with Curry. We know the history against LeBron.
Yeah. Yep.
And then
we know that.
And then you still have to take out the Kings or the Suns. So what I think is key for the Lakers here is to get that 6th seed. They're 3 games back at Dallas. So basically, the Lakers at this point, with 10 games left in the season, I mean, to get that, probably have to win at least 8 of those games, and that might not be enough.
I mean, do you think that they have Memphis? They play them a couple times. Golden State, Indiana, Brooklyn, Cleveland, Washington, kind of a mishmash of teams. Golden State is mixed in there as well. I mean, do you think New Orleans, last game of the season, that they could win 7, 8 out of their next 10?
Minnesota's tough.
Yeah. Memphis tonight. I think. Back to back.
Memphis sucks though.
We beat them before.
But honestly, Michael, that's the problem though. All these teams were probably better than, maybe not Minnesota, but everyone else. But the problem is, I mean, we've lost games to teams that we should beat. So that's the problem.
And what's the deal with LeBron? Is he going to be back playing for these 10 games?
Yeah, the ankle's just gimpy. But at this point in his career, at the age of 39, Tony, I mean, he just, you have stuff like that.
Well, but this is when you need him.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to win the 8 out of 10 here.
Oh, absolutely.
You need him to be performing.
Because my only concern, Michael, let's say they do beat Golden State, and then it happens to be chalk, and they have to face Phoenix. Are they winning that game in Phoenix? I don't know. I don't know, Michael.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about that, man.
So,
but
kind of tough.
But, however, I did see that the Houston Rockets are kind of creeping up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, they
are.
They're
creeping up on the Golden State.
I just think Golden State's not the same at the end of the day. Everybody's old. I can't believe Steph Curry's 36 years old. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and now all we need is the Kings to keep on taking L's.
And unfortunately, the Lakers had an opportunity with 2 games against the Kings in the last couple of weeks.
But never happened.
Both of them, Michael. Both of them.
Yep.
So, it's going to be interesting to see down the stretch what happens. I mean, I would think they win in Memphis tonight, but You know, it's just
I think so too.
24 games under 500. No excuses, Tony.
Yeah, no, really. Memphis
Wait, what?
already.
Wait, what?
Memphis
24
is,
games under 500. Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Games
Right about
under-
that.
and already eliminated from the playoff contention. I mean, are they even gonna be playing for anything? Like, they're not playing for anything. Are they even
No,
gonna be
and
like?
Jaws out. I mean, this should be a bloodbath at the end of the day.
It really should be.
And- because, like I said, I just think if the Lakers get the 6th seed, then okay, you know, let's see what happens. Wait, go back to the standings for a second. So they were to get the 6th, they would have to play Minnesota, which again is tough, but at least you have a full series. This playing game, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like the NCAA tournament, you know, survive in advance. So you want to
Yeah,
avoid
it
that
is.
if possible.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm. Yeah, you're definitely right.
So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Now, who would you say in your mind, you know, because obviously, you know, we want the Lakers to win, but I think we both can agree they're not the best team in the league. Who is the best
we're
team
not.
in the league, Michael?
Oh, do I have to say it?
It's Tatum.
Oh,
It really is Tatum, huh?
Oh,
It is?
That's
That's what it is?
it's fucking Tatum and the fucking Celtics.
Oh,
I don't like to
blowing
even
it, though, the
say
other
that.
night.
Yeah, they blew it though.
But yeah, the record is insane. Wow, Matthew
Yeah, it
Gabriel
is.
with some comments here saying, let's go. While Michael B. Barnes, what a game last night. Just watched the
Barnes.
highlight.
Nats.
Wow. This team is so nasty. Hashtag NYR, hashtag blue shirts, and a little Tatum. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. But yeah, Boston
Barnes,
57-15. Yes.
Wait, so what's Matt saying about Tatum?
He just said Tatum. That's it.
Yeah.
The
Pop-
way
Tatum, like,
the way Matt says Tatum.
Probably because he sucks. Tatum, not Matt.
Tatum. So yeah, I mean,
Tatum
we're,
sucks chunk.
we're stretch run here. But we'll see what happens. But to be honest, Michael, if I had to, you know, just do a crystal ball here for the Lakers, I think
boy.
ceiling, unfortunately, this year is probably second round.
Really?
But I hope it's a LeBron-led miraculous run to the NBA Finals. But I think a team
And
like the Suns, like the Timberwolves, are going to stand in their way.
yeah, and Barnes and if the Lakers are in the finals, we have to watch those games together.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely.
We have to. And
have to.
Yeah.
and if it's against Tatum, oh boy, I will be going off.
Oh yeah.
Been a while.
I'll be out of control.
This chair is just too comfy. But yeah, it's been a while since we have a Lakers Celtics. Hopefully we get it, Michael. But we'll see.
Oh, I hope so too.
But yeah, and then obviously too, you know, UConn back in action. Is it
Yep.
Friday or is it Thursday?
Tomorrow night,
Tomorrow night, UConn back in action
UConn.
versus San Diego
Yes.
State. And obviously,
And,
what do we got here? Okay, so right now line 11 and a half.
Guys, I will be home tomorrow.
Wow.
Oh, it's fucking. Oh, you're
come to
home
Citi Field?
for Easter. Yeah.
Yes, I'm home for spring break as well.
Spring break.
Oh, nice. So you're off for the whole week. You're home.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
so
cool,
I
dude.
could come by and see you guys and hopefully watch some UConn.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. UConn tomorrow. Maybe we'll watch it at Colony, dude.
Yeah, if we're not at
Oh, I'm
Citi
coming to that.
Field, Tony. So yeah,
Wait, what?
We're going to the opener tomorrow
Yeah.
for the Mets, but the rain, so we'll have to
Oh,
see
that's
what
right. The Mets play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Yo,
forget
guys.
it. Don't forget it,
So
Michael.
we'll see what happens.
No, I won't.
We'll keep you posted, Michael.
Yo, guys.
What's up, dude?
Yo, Barnes. Yo, guys. Tomorrow is opening day.
Yes.
That's right. Freaking amped,
For
baby.
baseball.
Yes.
Let's go,
For-
Michael.
Yes, and I think the Yankees will make it back to the World Series.
Series versus the Dodgers or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
well,
think to be those two.
7.
Yes, and I think
power
a
of
7-game
series.
series.
Wow,
The
dude.
power, Michael, the power. And I think history has a tendency to repeat itself. So I think it was game 5, if I'm not mistaken, 77 World Series,
Yeah.
Tony against the Dodgers.
1977.
Jackson with 3 home runs. And
Wow.
we'll see another lefty do that.
Tony!
In game 5 against the Dodgers. It's not going to be Reggie. It's going to be Juan Soto. So yeah, we're
Juan-
jacked for that.
Juan Soto.
We are up against
And-
Michael. So final words. What do you got?
And you can't forget about Aaron Judge, though.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Brian is forgetting a little bit about him. It's all Soto now. Soto.
Yeah.
Law of averages, Tony. I'm just trying to be accurate with MVPs, statistics. Judge is a lock for 40 home runs this year. Don't get it twisted, but I just think there's a chance.
Yeah, I think so too, Barnes.
Could hit like 330 and hit like 40 home runs.
Yeah.
And, like win a lot of games for the Yankees. So let's go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Barnes. And I saw that Nestor Cortez is starting pitching tomorrow. He's the starting pitcher.
Yeah, let's have Nestor set the tone, say he's back, 6 scoreless. Let's friggin'
let's go 6.5.
Okay?
Yeah. Absolutely.
6 1/3, Michael, just for you.
And let's get him with 9 10 strikeouts
10,
in the league.
10 strikeouts.
11 strikeouts.
12.
Yeah.
12.
No, we're just kidding.
12 strikeouts.
No, excited for that tomorrow as well. So good stuff. And Michael, thank you for calling in. And
of course,
we will talk soon. Okay.
Yes, and Barnes, wait, just one more thing. I would like to do a sports episode with you.
Yes, we will definitely do that.
Never been done.
Yes, you gotta make that happen. Yes.
In the immediate future, Michael.
Oh, of course.
All right.
But
enjoy your
yeah,
day.
Of course, have a great day, Michael. We'll
You
talk
too,
to you
guys.
soon.
Peace.
Of course, guys.
And that is Michael
Butka, dude. Right there, baby. Let's go.
Opening day looms, Tony. The weather situation. We'll have it all figured out for tomorrow.
Matthew Gabriel, hype for the Huskies.
Hype for the Huskies. Hype for the Yankees. Hype for opening
He didn't say that.
And another great show, though.
I would say a great show, dude.
And really appreciate everybody who commented, liked, subscribed, called in. Thank you, Michael. And we encourage everybody to take a look on the archives. Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay.
Fantasy baseball, check your lineup.
Fantasy baseball, check your lineup. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.